Hi, everyone. Wondering if you can see me on YouTube. Yeah, weird tech stuff going down. Um, yeah, very strange. Um, yeah. If you can see me on here, let me know. Oh yeah, okay, people are here. Hello. Yeah, I'm just gonna message the other stream to get people to jump over. Um uh Hang on a sec. I've gone live on another stream. Hang on, people. Go to my main page for the stream. Um, yeah. Hi. I know people are moving over. You can. Okay, yeah. People can see me. Cool. Um, yeah, so strange. I think there was obviously something to do with the um weird tech between I use a separate platform to go live with, and so it was obviously um yeah, like doing weird shit, which isn't cool, which is annoying, but hey, here we are. Hopefully yeah, other people will be able to yeah, see this, and yeah, we'll go up there. So um welcome everyone that's joining live. Love it. Hello. Yeah, wild energy around today, nutty energy around today, in fact this whole week, and I think it's just part of that, like, be flexible, as you say, Amanda. We just roll with it, and I think that is where we're at, and we're moving into Mercury retrograde energy coming up as well. So the joys, the joys of tech, the joys of where we're at and what we're moving through, and all of that jazz. But hey, here we are, and yeah, it's just a bit of a strange energy day today. Um, yeah, it's challenging. I think we're moving through some really challenging energy that is requiring us to be flexible, be adaptable, think on our feet, listen to what feels right, and just really have that deeper awareness of, yeah, all the things. And so yeah, so many of you are agreeing with that as well. Like, yeah, um yeah, Kayla, Amanda, Kerry, yeah, thank you guys, thank you for joining me, thank you for finding me on here. The joys of tech. But on the flip side of that, tech brings us all together, and it means we get to do this today, which is cool. And Yeah, you might have seen a rant that I just did on it wasn't a rant, it just needed to be said on Instagram about all the insane prediction stuff that I'm seeing on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's freaking insane out there. Like, be really aware of the the people you're watching right now on that stuff, because literally some of it, most of it, is being done for likes and views and to create fear. So just be really aware of that. So yeah, please be really aware of um yeah, please be really aware of that. But um 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 yeah, and I've had to stop listening to a lot of it. Yeah, there's just it's just too much. Hi Kate. I'm glad you're here and you're watching me instead of John. um, yeah. So, messages. I want to share messages. I have. If you joined me last week, I was doing these um as from the Intuitive Foundation. So I downloaded and created the Intuitive Foundation so that you have a greater awareness of how your intuition shows up for you. I It came through to make it easier, straight up, because I found that the old ways of talking about clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, like it all felt a little bit old school and very two-dimensional, and I didn't really resonate with it anymore. If ever, if I'm really honest, if I look back when I was really first starting my like intuitive journey, it was like, what do you mean? I've got these like four words that I, all these like four boxes that I need to fit all my intuitive gifts in. I was like, well, that feels a bit rigid. And yeah, like one dimensional. And yeah, intuition just shows up in so many ways, so many ways. So yeah, if you haven't taken the quiz yet, please go and take the quiz, because I am going to be doing the priority of those people that know what their top three types are. And I'm going to put a link that's going to come up. If you haven't taken the quiz, it takes 10 minutes. I'll still be here doing this live by the time you finished your quiz. And so, how I'm going to be working is that you can write in the chat what your three are, what your top three came in the results. And I'm going to read for you and share messages with you based on your top three types. Because what I found is that these are really amazing gateways, portals into you not just knowing like who you are and what you're about and how you interact with the world and your decision making, but it also acts as like a really interesting way of noticing what's not in balance, like what's not in balance of like where you're at or what's happening for you. And so I've started to do readings based off of your three types, which has been fascinating and I've loved it. And if any of you joined the live last week, it was freaking I loved it. I loved it. I loved doing it. It was brilliant. And so what I will say is I'm going to randomly select people. But as always with these things, um if um if I'm sharing a message for an empath today, you might take the empath message. If I'm sharing a message for an accelerator, listen, because that accelerator message is probably going to be for you today as well. And I'm going to be, as always, this is micro macro, so it will come up as well. So, yeah, Amanda, I wonder what the most average type is going to be today, because last week we had a lot of empaths, a lot of creators, and sensors. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see where the jam is today. Okay, so how this is going to work, randomly going to select people, and then as I'm channeling for you, if I've picked you out, yeah, just drop into the chat because I can't obviously see you, so please drop into the chat of how it's resonating for you, what's coming up for you off the back of what I'm channeling, and all that jazz. Cool. Okay. Let's start. I'm gonna start with Marie because Marie, you were the first person to write what you were down. You are an empath creator sensor. So funny. After I literally just said last week we had lots of empaths, creators, and sensors. Here we are. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it. Empath is one of the top types so far from the quiz. Although it's not the top, it keeps changing, which I found really, really interesting. Um, okay, where do they want me to start? Um, Hi Marie. Um, okay, where do they want me to start with you, Marie? Um, okay. Um, there's a sense of feeling overwhelmed. Like you're moving through a lot that is making you feel really overwhelmed, which is like really triggering the empath side of you, and also the sensor side of you, because sensors, when you feel overwhelmed, when you're having these, for a sensor, you really relate to when things feel really good, or you're doing the things that you like, that you love, you get lit up, which means your intuition like really drops in for you. But what happens is that when you feel overwhelmed as a sensor, and similar to an empath, you retreat back into the world. And so this is where I want to start with you, because I do feel like there's a hell of a lot of overwhelm. There's a hell of a lot of overthinking where it feels like you have lots of really big decisions to make. Does that make sense, Marie? Because I really feel like you have lots of really big decisions to make. I'm being shown my sign for like a fork in the road, like you're at crossroads, and that you have to choose whether you're going left or right. Yes, totally. Awesome. Okay. And so for you, this is all about navigating overwhelm right now so that you feel like you can drop into your body, because as a sensor, that communication with your body is paramount for you to work out what you love, what's important for you, where you are, what you're moving through. And so, what I would say for you is, I also feel like there's lots of influence. I'm hearing and seeing my sign for like lots of chatter, like people telling you what you should do, or giving their input, or making you doubt or second guess yourself. Does that make sense, Marie? And you put yes and totally, like, for what I'm saying, which is awesome. But does that make sense about the like external noise piece? Does that make sense? Because yes, totally. Okay, cool. Because that's what you're being asked. Your guides are like, you know the answer, you know the direction, you know the way forward in this, but this is about not being influenced by others. This is about you being like, yeah, I want this. I keep wanting to talk about career and home, whether there are choices or questions to do with job and career, but also something to do with home, or there's some interesting stuff to do with home and where you live. Can you let me know if that's part of it? Yes, and part of what's being so hard is being in an environment that's triggering in and itself. Yes, I wish I could speak right now. Lol. Yes, it does. In the sense, I'm in Canada, right, where all the old programming is resurfacing. Okay, okay, that makes sense, because I'm like, there's something to do with like home, location, yeah, parental, ancestral, ghosts. Yeah, okay, cool. Um, yeah, this is about you quietening the noise around uh the ancestral noise, the parental noise, the old programming around money and job and what success looks like, and going your own way and knowing that you're going to be held and supported financially. um yeah, all of the above. Yes, 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 both. Yes. Okay, Marie, this is all making sense for you. Amazing. And I love it. Kate's like, this might be for me. And again, that's why there's, always crossover between between types as well. So as I'm sharing this is also part of, if you have this empath creator sensor and you're like resonating with any of this, please, yeah, um listen. Marie did not want to stop living in the US. Okay, cool. So the message in all of this for you, Marie, in this is, and especially as a creator, you need to live somewhere where you feel creative. You need to feel somewhere where you feel aligned, where it feels dropped in, where you feel like you can be your authentic self. And that's really, really important. This is about noticing what's distracting you, noticing where you have to quieten the noise and trust the decisions where you're at this crossroads. And this is what you're going to be facing in eclipse season, which is coming up, which the eclipse portal opens next week with the new moon in Pisces. So we're in this eclipse energy that's bubbling and surfacing already. So yeah, Marie, yes, all of it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, so you have to be here in the present, in the now. That's what the sense or energy is requiring of you. But trust where you're at. Trust this is all for a reason. You're here on this land in Canada for a reason right now. And trust it. Yeah, feels really big, feels really important. Thank you, Marie. Thank you for just saying all the yeses. Yeah. If you want to go deeper, I have a my intuitive foundation, a personalized intuitive foundation, which I go even deeper into all of the types, but I also make it personalized for you. For yeah, so you basically you get 55 pages full of detailed insight on each type. You get activations on how to balance each type and how you can move through each type as well. Yeah, that is a super special way, and it is completely personalized as well, which is yeah, I always personalize it. I always find out what your balancing type is too. And yeah, that's just how we roll. So yeah, and I am gonna do just for today. In fact, it will expire tomorrow. But if you want a discount on it, I'm just doing this now as I'm thinking about it off the cuff because that's how we work. That's how I always work. But there's a code, sale 10. I'm just gonna put the link into the chat. I'm just getting this as an intuitive hit to do while you guys are on the call right now. So if you want to get your personalized intuitive foundation where I tune in for you personally, yeah, you can do that, and this is the link. So yeah. Okay. I am going to um yeah, just jump into the next person. Where am I going? I'm going just scrolling back up. Um, where are we going? Um, Jessica, um, Galactic Light Bulber Accelerator. Woo! What a trio, Jessica. Are you still here? Um, oh, and you've messaged too. Now, if these messages are resonating a ton, even if I'm not one of the three types, can maybe one or another of the types be applicable? Maybe just not as one of my top three. Just curious. Yeah. Um, what I found in the last live is that um you're all here for a reason. Like you're all here live for a reason, and I'm sharing messages for everybody. And my gateway in is the three types. So how I'm tuning into each person is through their three types. That's how I'm like when channel for someone, for me, I will either go through, I'll like connect to their heart and I will be like, how is this person feeling today? And that's how I get my messages. Um for um for these lives, instead of going through the heart, I'm going through your top three types. And so, um, and that's why I'm like picking things out. So as I'm sharing it with the person, I'm also picking up on the fact things that I know are the shadow sides of each type, because there are shadow sides that I go into lots of detail about in the full body of work, around what the shadow things are, how to balance it, and so that's where I'm bringing it in. Yeah. So Jessica, galactic light bulb accelerator. Um, these three types for you are, let's be real, they hold a lot of energy and they're very heady. Galactic, stars, sky, up in the air. Light bulber, visionary thoughts, ideas, bringing it through, channeling. um Accelerator, um making shit happen, um connecting the dots. um yeah, it's they hold a lot of energy. They hold a lot of energy, Jessica. And what this is really important for you, especially at this time, because there's a lot of fast moving energy, there's a lot of people being taken off of balance, is grounding. And again, because I know you related to the other message, and and again, this is why you need to be aware of things influencing you, because it's easy for you to escape your body, leave your body, feel ungrounded, or feel the need to like, yeah, I keep wanting to say like escape the body. Does that make sense, Jessica? Because that is something that um you need to be aware of, and that you also, as a galactic light bulb or accelerator, your mission or why you are here on this planet is also really really important for you. You need to feel fulfilled by your mission and your purpose, and having the right people around you to make that happen. And so what I would say, yes, 100%. Awesome. Love it. And so I feel like you have questions over the mission. Does that make sense? Do you have a, like, who's in the team for the mission, or like what you need to keep that's grounding you? Um and I there's a thing of like who stays, who goes, like who's part of like the inner sanctum of the, or the team that's helping you, and a question around like mission. Does that make sense? Just give me a like a hell yes, or like something off the back of that. Because that's what's really specific is coming up. Jess is also like, this is 100% me as well. Cool. Because again, I'm tuning into the collective energy. And Jess, you also have the accelerator energy. So there's that crossover too. So Yeah, so Jessica, um, I feel like I just want to put you back in your body. I want you to focus on over the next couple of like specifically over the next, I'm saying 2 weeks, that you really need to concentrate on being in your body, dropped into your body, grounded into your body, and that this needs to be made, they're just like it needs to be made a priority so that you can really drop into your intuition, so you can be like, this person has to go. This is the conversation that I need to have. This is where I need to be refining my work, because there's a refinement. I don't want you to like think that you have to chuck it all away. This is about refining things for you. So yeah, yeah. But big, powerful, potent time, but just notice when you're escaping your body is what I'd say. And trust the intuitive downloads that are coming through for you, because you're deeply intuitive, but you're not trusting the downloads that are coming through. So yeah, really be open and aware of that. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. It's been awesome to channel. She said, okay, that makes a ton of sense. Love it. Um, yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me channel for you today. Yeah, yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, I'm gonna have a sip of water. We'll jump into the next one. Mm. And the energy theme for February is the center, which is why I'm also, as I'm giving these messages, I'm also relating it to the energy forecast for the month. If you haven't watched your um energy forecast for your theme, because this is the first month where I've also done energy forecast for each type. So yeah, if you haven't watched your energy forecast for the month on your type, please go and have a watch. They're up on my YouTube. So yeah, in a playlist, February energy forecast. So yeah, you can go and have a watch of that. And if you do have your personalized intuitive foundation, the binaural beats are amazing. Not, I love creating binaural beats, but they are dialed in. The binaural beats music track from Corey Allen is fire. Like, it's so different from the other ones I've created, and I freaking love it. So again, if you're interested in knowing more about that, yeah, you can get yours today. And I've been just off the cuff done it as a yeah, as a sale 10. So if you want it, sale 10. And yeah, you can get it discounted until tomorrow. So it's just a quick short one. Oh, Jessica, I've just realized. Sorry, I was on my phone. Slow typer. Can you perhaps recommend a couple ways for you for dropping into your body? Yeah. Um, I'm tuning in. Hang on a second. What's specific for you? Um, I kind of want to put you in the bath, if that makes sense. Like, I want to put you in water. I want to put you in water. Um, so if you have a bath to really drop in, or you could use, if you don't have access to a bath, a foot bath, which you could add salts or herbs, um, massage your feet, but I would pay particular attention to your feet. And I also I want to put you in water. I keep seeing this like grounding energy come in with water and feet. Just really, really, really loud for you. So yes. Okay. Um, right, let's have a look. Who is next? And if you're new and you haven't done it yet, please write your three, what your top three are, so I can yeah, so I can channel for you. Um okay. Um Rachel. I hope you are here. Because I want to channel for you. Are you here, Rachel? The noticer, accelerator, sensor, noticer, accelerator, sensor. Um, yeah. Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. For some reason, the chat takes a little while for me to get it, so I'm gonna just yes, she's here. Hello. Um, okay, noticer, accelerator, sensor. Um, and tuning in on you. Um, okay, people. I want to again. People are really important. I know people are really important for you, but they are. Relationships and connections are really important for you, especially as an accelerator. It's one of like a natural gift that you have. Um, what can sometimes get you into, I don't want to use the word trouble, but what can find it can be frustrating for you is that you can sometimes feel like you're doing lots of supporting of other of them versus you not feeling supported. Let me know if that makes sense, because I feel like there's like, I kind of want to say light bulb moments where you're realizing right now where people haven't supported you in the past, or where you need to be supported in the now. And there's this really interesting um recalibration around what does support mean. Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, because that's one of like the shadow sides of the noticer that came through really loud is and of the accelerator, to be honest, of going above and beyond for others before supporting yourself first. And I feel like you're at again this crossroads. It seems to be a very big theme today of crossroads and decisions and choices. And for you, part of this crossroads and choice that you face is following the path where you feel supported. And because 2025 is the year of discovery, for you, there's a healing element here around there's a healing element around where you haven't felt supported. Does that make sense? And I feel like this is something that is really deep, on a deep level, where you haven't felt supported. And when I tune into your timeline, the age of 24 keeps coming up. 24. She's saying, yes, this is all very relatable. 24. Um, Especially where around what support looked like at 24, or well, where you felt isolated at age 24, or you had a big choice or a decision to make around the age of 24. Yes. Okay. So Rachel, at this time, I would be looking at, I kind of want to say healing around not feeling supported around the age of 24. And to do that, straight up, we're clearing it now just as I'm talking about it. But I would also um I would also, you can journal around what was happening around this time. Um, you can create a ritual around it. if you feel called to. But to be honest with you, I feel like also just be by you acknowledging the fact that this makes sense to you is enough for you, to be honest. Um because you are really dialed in with stuff. Um, but yeah, this is just a really big shift around support and clearing the life event around the age of 24. And so yeah, honor that and choose the path where you feel supported. That's and it might feel uncomfortable because a lot of time when we haven't been supported and it's brought up trauma or difficult emotions or feelings or conversations, we then can emotionally, physically shy away from the support. And I feel like, again, it's interesting. There's this theme of like who stays and who stays close in the sphere of support. And I feel like that's gonna be part of this for everybody. So yeah. Cool. Thank you, Rachel. This is super helpful and really appreciate these insights. And it does make a lot of sense. Amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Rachel. Um, yeah, and you know, notices and accelerators, um, it's really and sensors actually, they are the top three that you need to be doing the things that you love. When you do the things you love, your intuition is really magnetic, like really magnetic and really heightened. So if you're looking for those downloads, go and do something that you love because it's going to shift your energy, it's going to shift your field, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I've got the intuitive answer. Oh yeah, I know the decision I need to make. And sometimes it can just be as simple as going to do something that you love that can clear your energy, clear your space, get your mind in a different area that can then give you the insight for what's next. So yes. Yeah, Jess is really relating to all of this too. Yeah, it's again, as always, we're coming together as a group. There's going to be a lot of crossovers because this is the uh yeah um yeah of where you're at, what you're moving through, and all that jazz. um yeah um yeah other Jess, accelerator, noticer, creator Jess. Accelerator, noticer, creator Jess. I'm just writing it down because I will forget. Are you still here, Jess? Amanda, I have to do things I love or else everything just feels so dull and grey. Couldn't agree more. Amanda, I'm intrigued. Do you what are your top three? Um yeah, yeah. Well, I'm intrigued what your top three are. Um Jess, other Jess, accelerator, notice a creator. Um where do they want me to start? Um um your creator side isn't in balance right now, like that's really loud, like your creator side isn't in balance. Like when I'm tuning in with you, that's the type that is like, hi, I'm here, can I have more attention please? Like let me know if that makes sense in the chat. Because when I'm drawn to your top three, like that's the one I want to focus on. Like um and whether you doubt that you're creative or you're unsure of what the next creative flow is, or you're changing a practice, but there's something around that you need to be less rigid with the creative energy and kind of play and create without having a purpose or feeling like you have to create for work or you have to create for money or you have to create for success. There's something around really bringing that creator energy into balance. Yeah, okay, cool. In the chat. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. Awesome. Um and um um I actually thought today that I should be making it a priority, but I don't in the day to day. Yeah, it your creator really brings you into balance. It gets you out of your head. And it actually, if I'm honest, it just makes you more intuitive. It just makes you more dialed in. It just makes your soul light up to like who you are and what you're about. And it makes life seem bearable for you in all the other ways where it's like, okay, I'm getting to like express myself. And I feel like your expression of who you are and what you're about and the expression of your identity is like changing, but you're trying to resist it. I feel like there's a lot of resistance to the changes that are from like showing themselves around how you express yourself. Let me know if that makes sense. Because that's what it really feels, is like this resistance to express yourself in new ways. And there's also a lot to do with the body. Whether you've again, this noticer energy, the noticer of seeing this things in the shadows. And I keep wanting to say like noticing things about your health or noticing things about your body, and or noticing things to do with other people or like other family members, or there's someone else going on around you with like health stuff. Let me know if that makes sense on the chat, because yeah, that's yeah, like that keeps coming up. There's stuff to do with body health, your own, and noticing stuff with other people, like other people around you. um yeah, yeah, you're back to the creativity bit. Really does. I think I get stuck in all the need to do's, but I'm stifling my creativity as a result, I think. Yeah. And I just kind of want you to like mind dump. Do you know when you like mind dump? But I kind of feel like you need to like creative dump, like get all the potential creative ideas like out to like see what happens. Yeah, health makes sense too. Yeah, body's just gonna keep getting your attention. So yeah, just notice it and don't fear it, because that sometimes is a noticer. When we notice stuff in the shadows or we notice things as noticers, we can then shut down when the noticing gets too big, and try and like block it or pretend that we can unsee stuff. And so that feels really, really big and important for you on the health stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're looking again for that balance, the activations that come with the personalized intuitive foundation, super dialed in, and also um, give lots of ideas on how you can develop each of those three types intuitively. So if you want to tap into your intuition more, if you want to develop your intuition by using these three types that you have, I basically like give you the shortcuts for how you can develop your intuition for each of the top three types, so that you're really, it's bespoke for you on those three types, versus like I'm going to learn all these things about intuition and how to connect that you might not energetically resonate with. Like that's why I've created it, is so it's like, oh, I'm an accelerator. Oh my god, if I do this, then I will have a greater connection to my intuition. So yeah. Thank you, Jess. Um, if you're still here, because there's been lots on the chat, if you're still here, could you rewrite your top three? I'm gonna because I was late coming on due to tech shit. I'm glad that people found me and thought outside the box. Um yeah, if you could write your top three in, because I'm going to be on for about another 15 minutes. I said to myself, I'm going to do an hour live. Yeah, please rewrite in your top three if you haven't had a message today. Um, or even if you joined last week and didn't get a message. But yeah, or if you already have had a message from me, please don't write your top three in. I want to give as much opportunity and people the opportunity to have a reading. So yeah, please make sure that yeah, you do that. Well, I have some water. Um da, 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 da. Thanks, Marie. Lovely to read for you. Okay. Where am I coming to? Lots of accelerators today. Lots of accelerators. It feels a bit of an accelerator vibe today. Issa. Accelerator galactic creator. Okay. 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 It's so interesting because I'm kind of triangulating the energetics of the accelerator, the galactic and creator in relationship to you and where you are today. Yeah, and there are, Amanda, you're right. There's a hell of a lot of galactics here today. Um, where do they want me to start? Um, so they just keep saying like, if I'm really, they're like kind of a bit blunt today. They're kind of like, it's like you're overthinking it or you're trying to control outcomes. There's this part of you that needs to make sense of it. And this kind of, it's funny because the galactic side of you is like, can we just trust this? Like, do we need to second guess this? Like, it doesn't need to be made, it doesn't need to make sense. We're galactics. It doesn't need to, do you know what I mean? It's like, you just know it to be true. But there's a part of you right now that wants cl- everything to be like solid. It wants guarantees. It wants a signed, sealed, delivered. I keep seeing like a um yeah, like a certification stamp, like that it's like a genuine certification stamp. Does that make sense, Issa? Because I really they just keep saying like it doesn't need to be concrete for you to take action. You just need to trust that, you know, that this creator galactic side of you has you, like it supports you, like it's got your back. Because they're just like, you're looking for concrete truth before you move forward, and they're like, you're not gonna get it. Like, and I know that sounds a bit blunt, but they're like, you're not gonna get the concrete truth um to move forward. Like, let me know if that makes sense, Issa, because it just feels like you want concrete and your intuition isn't giving that to you. Does that make sense? Like, let me know on the chat. Um, yeah. It's being a bit slow on coming through, so which is why I'm kind of stalling and pausing. But yeah, that's what the message is. The message in all of this is um don't doubt your galactic. Okay, here it's just come through. Just started a new career job, so learning a lot of new stuff, and I'm eager to be settled. Yeah, absolutely. It took me 18 months to find this dream job. A little fear for sure, trying to stay grounded. Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's there. It's like all around you, but there's this doubt and there's this um yeah. And the irony is that accelerators, so accelerators need permission to um use your voice. Accelerators need permission to use your voice. So if you are in a new job and you're learning a lot of new stuff, use your voice, because your confidence and your intuition comes, and your authority in the knowledge that you have and what you're creating comes from using your voice. So um please use your voice. I think there's, again, as you say, there's some fear around, that it's taken 18 months to find this dream job, and there's this kind of fear and uncertainty of, do you live up to it? Proving yourself, your self worth, and all of those things to meet, and all of those things. So my based on your three types, use your voice right now as an accelerator in this new job, because I think it's going to put you in really good stead, and it's going to give you the confidence that you need intuitively, so that um you step into your worth and you step into your power in this new career. And I'm super excited for you. So massive, massive congratulations on the new job. And yeah, congrats. It's epic. So yeah. We'll do a bit intimidating at first, but asking lots of questions. Cool. That's all you can do. But your voice is your portal and your key to the up level of this job, which is awesome and exciting. So yeah. Thank you, Isa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lovely to channel for you. Cool. Um, where am I coming today next? Lena, Creator Noah Accelerator. Creator Noah Accelerator. Um, Another accelerator energy, and another creator energy. Um, it's interesting because I'm drawn to the Noah part of you, Lena, in all of this, which is really interesting. Um, yeah. Um, where do they want me to start? Um, okay. Um, uh, Lena, let me know that you're still here. Um, because I want to share some messages with you. I keep wanting to say Noah's no Noah's no stuff. Noah's know when something's off. Noah's know when someone's lying. Noah's know facts and information about people without having to ask them. There's just Noah's know what decisions to make. It's very, is that like gut intuition or listening to your gut. Um, Noahs have a really interesting, um, yeah, like there's just a lot of stuff to do with like trust, Lena, or you're doubting someone again. This is an image of today. The inner circle. Are you doubting someone in your inner circle? Or are you looking back where you haven't trusted people in the past? Are you reflecting on trust or reflecting on like people's motives? Has that been coming up for you? Or are you doubting someone's motives right now in your life? Like, can you let me know? Oh, Electricate, hi. Noah here. This is already resonating. Yeah. Um, um, Lena, can you let me know whether that's been coming up for you around the trust stuff? Because this is just really loud for you. Yes, 100%. Okay. Yeah. Um, the message about this is like, stop second guessing what you know to be true. And if someone needs to leave your inner circle, or you need to confront someone around their motives or around their intentions or around that kind of thing, like, yeah, you need to, okay, yes, 100% doubting someone's past versus present actions, not sure whether to trust the present. Okay, yeah, like it's so loud. I love this stuff. It still always blows my mind. Like I do this all the time and I'm still like, oh, that's so freaking cool. Um yeah, and this is where this knowing comes in, because you're doubting your knowing. And yes, people, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yes, people can change. Yes, um um oh, of course, sometimes our own past traumas of past interactions with people or past situations, or whether, you've been cheated on in the past and now you're wondering whether this person or a different person is this the same thing? Is this the same situation? I'm using that as an example. Um, and so we can doubt, like, is this the past trauma or the past situation speaking, or is this happening now? And I think for you, this is one, again, about being bold enough to have the conversation, but about two, it's just intuitively dropping in and being like, do I want this person in my inner sphere? Do I want them in my inner sanctum? And I think this is what you have to really listen, again, because accelerators can be taken advantage of by other people because they like your energy, they like what you're about, they like how you can connect the dots. And so I would, with this create a Noah accelerator, I would call the Noah part of you forward. If you've got the free part that came through from the quiz around Noah's, I'd go and sit and connect to that. I would go somewhere quiet and peaceful and like call in that Noah, into that Noah part of you forward to connect with. Um, and if you have your personalized intuitive foundation, or you'd like your personalized intuitive foundation, uh, there's a lot of content around that, Noah, and I would work with the activation. I would look at the balancing parts. I would look at the shadow parts more in depth of the Noah, because that's the bit that's calling you forward in this situation, if that makes sense. um if you recently just joined, I have shared, yeah, that if you want your personalized intuitive foundation, I am doing it discounted until the end of the day tomorrow. It just popped in as, like, as we started this group, I was like, oh, I should do that. That would be kind of cool for you guys. Yeah, if you want it discounted, it's only until tomorrow. It's yeah, you can get your personalized intuitive foundation. Comes from me. It's personalized by me. It's not some generated PDF. It's literally me connecting to your energy and putting it all together. So yeah. Um yeah, Lena, yes, makes total sense. I have trouble figuring out how to connect to the knower. Yeah, and I think that's just from people. I can't want to say people from the past doubting, making you doubt your knowing gifts, like making you doubt what you know to be true, or like gaslighting you, or like making you doubt your own intuition. And so that is what, between now and July, they keep, I'm being shown July on the calendar. July for you. Between now and July, it's about really stepping into this knower and having confidence around the knower of you, that like, shit to be true, your stuff, how stuff feels in your body, when something's a hell yes, when something's a hell no. And that you trust yourself implicitly. um and yeah, it's all there. It is all there, Lena. It is all there. um Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure to channel for you today, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining. um I love channeling in this way. I love doing these lives. I'm going to be doing more of them. I did one last week. I'm going to be going live again. I'm hoping next week I am channeling through. Can you believe it? The March energy forecast. Like, it's crazy. How are we in March next week? This has been the quickest February on record. For me personally, I can't believe I'm already talking about March. If you haven't accessed the February forecast yet, go and check it out. Go and watch your personalized videos on your top 3 types, because I've done personal energy forecast for February. So if you want to know what's happening for you as well, go and watch the big overview video, and then you can go and watch the short snippets. They're on YouTube, of your top 3 types for February as well, because that's going to give you even more insight and even more detail. Yeah, so watch out for that March forecast. And yeah, and I am going to be going live, more readings, more videos, more growing and sharing the YouTube. um Please subscribe, please share with people that you think might be interested in this. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your week. Thank you for joining live as always. And yeah, sending you lots of love. And yeah, and if you're interested in that intuitive foundation, your personalized one, go and check it out with the sale. Cool. Sending you lots of love, everybody. Have an awesome rest of your day, your evening, of where you are in the world. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye.